The work week may be young, but here's a treat for you all on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. It's the 2022 Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Maayong hapon din. It's Dynamic Herb Cebu going up against Maharlika Manila FC. Coming to you from the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. Claro Manzano on call for this match. So, teams looking to get themselves chugging as the week goes on. And let's take a look at the standings and see what are the implications in this league format. And we take a look. Dynamic Herb Cebu seem to be in third, and a victory can just propel them provisionally to second. Maharlika Manila, they may be at the bottom of the table, but expect them to give 100% as they always do. And who knows if they could come up with an upset in this match, as they would love to kickstart their campaign this season. Simple as this, a victory today will give them 3 points on the table, and a draw will give them 1 point apiece, as they will share the spoils in that scenario. And losses, which they all dread, no points to show. So it is essential, of course, to keep that consistency throughout the season. And let's take a look at your starters for your two teams. We got John Eljan making his debut for Dynamic Herb Cebu, and he will be joined by familiar names in the likes of Okuda and Jason Cordova. He will be relying on his veterans to guide him in what will be his debut. And leading them up front, dito po para sa Dynamic Herb Cebu, 11 goals combined in Arda Chinkir and Chima Uzoka. So those guys would love to get themselves chugging throughout this match. And as of late, these guys are on a roll, picking up about 7 points and out of a possible 9. So let's see if Cebu will face or will be able to handle this heat check on a rainy Tuesday. Dito naman para sa Maharlika Manila. Again, we got Vinci Valdez in goal. He's had some starts for them already, and they will be anchored by the man himself in Dave Basa, a miracle in Hanoi, ASCO, and he is their captain. And OJ Clarino once more will be leading the way for their attack, whether it be on the wing or up front, as we have been able to see how versatile he is. As we are just moments away from the players taking to the pitch for the pre-match protocol, and we will catch you in a bit.
Really like that.
photographer, ha? Cause ng delay. Moments away from kicking off this match again. It is Dynamic Herb Cebu going up against Maharlika Manila. And let's take a look at the match officials for this afternoon. We got Raymart de los Santos as our referee, and he will be assisted by linesman Paul Galicia and John Mike Basinang. And their fourth official will be Militon Pelayo. Roberto Hernandez will be the referee assessor, and Mark Baldo is the match commissioner. As we are just moments away from kicking this off again. Dynamic Herb Cebu, they are starting off their second round, and the same can be said for Maharlika Manila as they played their 6 games already. And given that, it is their second meeting, in fact, this season. You take a look at it. Well, their first meeting, rather, it was 5-1 in favor of Dynamic Herb Cebu, so they will be the favorites heading into this one. But not to count Maharlika Manila out of this, and they can just pull out a rabbit out of the hat. Who knows if they can just get all cylinders going after what has been a long warm-up period, you can say, or a period of just trying to figure out their chemistry. And here we go, coming to you from the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. Cebu are in their red kits, currently with possession, playing right to left. That guy, in their white kits. They are playing from left to right. And when we look at Maharlika Manila, they are a very dangerous team from kickoff, often scoring very early within the first 2 minutes or so. So Cebu will nonetheless have to ice that quickly and play their game. Carino got a touch to that. Altenos took a knock while going for that tackle, and that is the reason why Cebu will be getting possession back. Okuda, an Asian foreign player here. Chinkir out wide to Borlongan. Borlongan, the early cross. Altenos looking to shield it, and they keep it, accomplishing what he wanted to do. Kore. The early cross again. Basa headed it out. As a man hits the deck in Michael Menzi for Maharlika. And when we take a look at their lineups, looks like Cebu is going for the traditional 4-4-2. As of late, we have seen them go with the 4-3-3. And it looks like Maharlika, nonetheless, going with the same formation. Because of that, it will be up to the players' skills to make the difference. The shot from distance looks like it is wide. So it will be a corner dito para sa Dynamic Herb Cebu. Corner number 1 for Cebu. Corner number 1 for this match overall. Not the best effort from Borlongan. We've definitely seen some better Cebu set pieces. But what a bold tackle from Boris. Chima covers it. Looks like that is out. So Vinci Valdez will be resuming play. And Valdez went to De La Salle Zobel for his high school football. Opted to go to Ateneo de Manila for his college. And a chance up front. And looks like that's good for Cebu. And it is Arda Chinkir. Nonetheless, he is now the league's leading goal scorer. 7 goals this season. And that is 5 goals in the last 2 games, including this one. Perfect way for Cebu to get started in this match. The opposite can be said, of course, if you are Maharlika. But there is still much time, given that we are only 4 minutes in. But it is that two-headed monster again for Cebu that has been difficult to stop. And again, that is Chinkir and Chima Ozoka with those goals combined in this season. Speaking of statistics, of course. But Chinkir just took advantage of the situation. And nonetheless, made Maharlika pay with his killer instincts up front. Okuda still keeps it. Was dueling with Villanueva. Baring playing a little deeper than usual as of now. Borlongan not able to get it. Baring again. He's got that skill, agility, and size. A deadly combo. But sadly for Maharlika, that is out. And Eljan will resume play. Again, it is his debut. He was with Cebu already in their previous tournament in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. But no appearances at that time. Of course, he'd love to start off with a bang. And that is a clean sheet if you are a keeper. Not the best touch by Jeng. So it looks like they gave that up to Dynamic Herb Cebu. Gadya. So cleared out. The Cebu attack delayed. But let's take a look at the form of these teams. In the last 5 games, Cebu has been able to pick up 3 wins and 2 draws. So that's great form. Kore sends it in. Easily into the chest of Valdez. We just covered the 5 recent matches of Cebu. Take a look at Maharlika on the other hand. It's been a tough one for them. A mountain to climb. Still no wins in 6 games. So they ended the first round with 0 points. Okuda releases Barlongan, but looks like it will go off. But the intentions were good, we can say. But it looks like that is a foul throw. Well, let's just wait for clarification. I beg your pardon. Looks like it was a goal kick. So the Cebu high press. Cleared out. Gadya, but no Cebu player to get the second touch. Maharlika do well to read that. Saldivar. So played out into the center by Sampaga. That was meant for Villanueva, who was in the center. Kore, the man with the captain's armband for them. Borlongan has an overlapping Saldivar. Opts to cut inside given the space. Chinkir asking for it. Borlongan gives it. But Cebu carrying on with the high intensity, the high press, and it looks like they win it back. Gadya in the center. Gets decked. That foul is on him. It will swing back to the team in white. Once more, that is Maharlika. Okuda headed that Maharlika ball. Maharlika still at it. Ambong was unable to connect with Villanueva. Cordova. Cebu looking to build up from the back as we have seen in their previous games. Cebu coming off a whopping 7-1 victory over Mindiola FC 1991. And those goals were behind Arda Chinkir. He had 4. As Chima Ozoka, Jason Cordova, and Ren Okuda joined that party of theirs. Maharlika's last game, on the other hand, was also against Cebu. So the long ball forward, but easily collected by Valdez. Talking about that last game again of Maharlika, which was versus Cebu. It was a 5-1 loss. Facturanan came up with that early goal, but it wasn't enough as Chima Ozoka picked up 2 goals to lead the way for them. Valdez had to desperately clear it. It's still in place. Saldivar got his head to it, but picked up by Boris. Baring wasn't able to keep that inside. So the scorers who joined Chima in that last game between Cebu and Maharlika were Arda Chinkir, Mert Altinoz, and Marius Core. So all those players on the field for this affair. Chima still keeps it in. Borlongan. Saldivar. They're looking to play it back, given that side of the pitch was loaded. The ball in the center meant for Chinkir. 1 goal already in this game. That has spelled the difference for them so far. So Maharlika will get this to resume play. You can clearly hear Boris telling them to relax, given the turn of events as of late in what has been a young match. Match may be young, but adjustments may need to be made given this tough start. Let's see how Maharlika will be able to face another trial. So Modang got a hit while making his turn. It will be a set piece. So this well in the center, but still a chance for Maharlika nonetheless to send the ball forward into the goalkeeper box. They do have some players with a great physique for aerial duels. The same can be said, of course, for their opponents in Cebu. Let's see who'll be able to take advantage of any mismatches. The delivery. Not able to secure. Looks like Ambong was asking for a foul in the area. Didn't seem to be enough contact. That was it. So there was no call by referee Raymart de los Santos. Chima got a piece of that, and it's into the feet of Core. Basa with the denial. So whose side are you on? Paki-comment na lang po dito sa Facebook page ng Philippines Football League. Altinoz, he was essential for Cebu in that 7-1 masterclass over Mindiola. The last 2 games for Cebu have been blowouts, but we have been able to see that they have what it takes to win in close games. So that pass forward was loose. Saldivar lets it go out. And speaking of that game, that was a test of character for Cebu. It was a 4-3 victory playing in Binyan, the home of Stallion Laguna. Cebu avoided a meltdown after scoring 4 goals, but conceded 3 in the second half alone. And if you are Maharlika, though, you've had those close calls in this season too. They lost 1-0 to Mindiola FC when they visited the City of Imus grandstand. It's a dangerous moment. Valdez just picks it up. Osman Jeng wasn't able to handle that ideally. Basa receiving pressure from Chima. Those two were teammates a few years back with Global. Saldivar just collects that after a collision. Chinkir didn't get a great touch to it. Baring looking to kickstart the attack. Numbers not on their side. Played into the center. No man up front for Maharlika. So we did mention the matches last weekend. One of them was the win of Cebu over Menjola. But the other match that also took place was United City FC defeating Kaya Iloilo 2-0 behind Pika Minegishi and Cholo Bugas. Those were the goal scorers for them, picking up one apiece. Baring contra Altinoz. The winger cutting inside. Gadia. Lovely display to keep it in, as he had an on-charging defender. Sampaga was looking to make the tackle. Borlongan cutting inside. Chima slithers through. Just kicks it and it's well off. Uzoko had people to clamp him down, hence that type of finish, we can say. Could have been controlled better, as we clearly saw. And if we take a look at the international influence of these two teams, Cebu have that Turkish influence behind Coach Mehmet Kakil. Eljan had an on-charging Clarino. Okura. Chima wasn't able to secure. And now they play it, Sampaga. Unfortunately, it's off. Maharlika having to tighten in the attacking end. They'd like to make those passes work. But we look at the influence, of course, of Maharlika. They got Jong-il Kim as their coach, Korean. Korea, of course, one of the powerhouses in Asian football. A diagonal ball targeting Altinoz, but was headed, and it's into the hands once more of Valdez. Although Valdez did go to Ateneo, he wasn't able to suit up and play in the UAAP due to the pandemic, so he opted to turn pro. You can say there's a similar story for one of the Cebu goalkeepers in Zambrano. Zambrano going to UP but not able to suit up also due to the pandemic. Zambrano suited up for Cebu last game, but is not on the bench for this one. As again, Eljan is getting his first taste of action with this team. Menzi assessing his options. Clarino playing it through. Will this be the chance? But picked up by Eljan, just inside his box. Borlongan. Gadia, capable of playing that holding mid or attacking mid position in the center. Altinoz from Davao. Chima. Davao not able to keep it in. So 17, or closing in on 18 minutes in this match. And the opening goal was sealed in the 4th minute behind Arda Chinkir. Now the league leader in the Golden Boot race. He just edges Harvey Gayoso of Kaya FC Iloilo. Gayoso with 6 goals. Chinkir with the edge as of today. But to factor things in, after this match is played, Kaya will have 1 game on hand. So in terms of the Golden Boot race, Gayoso will have his chance to close that margin or possibly get a lead. Gadia's cross blocked, so looks like it will be corner number 2 in this game. Driven in, headed by a Maharlika player. Caught it with the touch. Off the woodwork! That was a close one. Jinkir. Looks like denied again by the back line. Kore. They play it back and that gives his team a chance to organize. See how they use that opportunity. Saldivar. Borlongan, often the man creating for them on the wing. Jinkir. Lovely flick. Borlongan was trying to play that to Chima. Saldivar secures. But hits it to no man's land. The miscommunication and misjudgment led to that. So a chance for Maharlika to pounce on an error. Again, although Cebu found the back of the net in the early stages of this match, a 1-0 lead is not safe at all. Ambong. Menzi to high ball. Clarinho contra Okuda. So corner kick that clearly came off the chest of Ren Okuda. Okuda, one of the players again who came up with a goal in Cebu's last game. Although he is a center back, he is quite active in trying to contribute to the attack, often pushing past the half line. So lining up to take corner kick number 1 for Maharlika is Baguio. Well, this may be their second corner kick. Sorry, check that. Looks like Basa got a touch to it. And it will resume with a goal kick for Cebu. We take a look at the history of these teams too. Both are quite young and founded in the pandemic. Cebu playing in their inaugural Philippines Football League season, although they have already participated in 2 Copa Paulino Alcantaras. Davao unable to connect and receive that due to the pressure of Elmer Sampaga. So Maharlika getting some of those strides in this game. Now it is a matter of consistency to stay in it and work their way up. Clarinho from Menzi. Sampaga contra Davao. They're not able to keep it in. So in what has been a young history for Cebu, again, it is 2 fourth place finishes for them in the Copa Paulino Alcantara. Maharlika Manila, on the other hand, played their first or inaugural game in 2020. That is the 2020 edition of the PFL, we could say. They finished 5th out of 6 teams. And we can remember how they picked up wins in that inaugural season. Chima gets it, runs through, takes it, and it's denied by Valdez. We just see how Cebu can be also dangerous, capitalizing on a miscue. Trying to make Maharlika pay for that. But thankfully, Vinci Valdez there to save the day for them. So bodies in the box. Let's see how both teams will handle this. No man to find it. And it returns to Maharlika Manila. And we are Approaching the 24th minute of this match again. And it is the 2022 Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Maayong hapon. It's Dynamic Herb Cebu going up against Maharlika Manila. This is Claro Manzano on call. And we are coming to you from the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. The cross into the area from the far side. Davao secures, keeping the flame alive in this possession. Sends it, but another corner kick given up by Maharlika. A handful of corners already for Cebu, but again, their goal came from open play earlier. But given that you have these set pieces, you'd like to take the bull by the horns. Taken to the back post, punched out by Valdez. Kore. But that came off a Maharlika player in Ambong. Once more. And let's just take a look at the statistics of these teams. Cebu, as of late, 18 goals scored in this season. That's after 7 games. They've conceded 9. Hence a goal difference of 8. So an outswinger to be sent in. Here it comes. No one to secure and get a touch. And just cleared again by Maharlika. But possession will stay. I beg your pardon. We'll check that. It still stays with Cebu. Crossed again. No one to meet it. With that pressure you are piling up, if you're Cebu, can just force Maharlika to make a mistake. Sitting back on defense can make it difficult for your opponents, but one mistake can just be the burden and potentially open the floodgates. But so far, score remains 1-0. Again, the Turkish player of Cebu in Arda Chinkir found the back of the net for them early on. Cordova unable to connect with Kore. Sampaga trying to take advantage of that miscue. Played forward. So the attack is delayed. Now when we dissect the statistics of Maharlika, on the other hand, they have 3 players, each scoring a goal. And they're Spencer Galasa, OJ Clarino, and you've got Factoranan, and Gerald Factoranan, to be precise. So who will be that man for them to lead them to glory? And let's not forget, we got to see the body language of Maharlika before and during the warm-ups, and they were just locked in. So it's great to see that attitude from them. Nonetheless, pressure being applied. Maharlika so far, so good in this spell. Again, reviewing the comments where viewers were asked to comment their respective teams in this match. Sabi ni Macmac Taras Cebu. Celine Manga said Maharlika. My heart emoji. Emily Wilson with the hashtag Taras Cebu. Kung Jackie rooting for Maharlika. Altinoz working through the center, takes it from distance. That is over for them. That would have been some considerable power for Vinci Valdez to handle, but Altinoz unable to lock in that accuracy. Let's see if he'll be able to get warmed up in this match to give them a much needed cushion. Altenos, just like Chinkir, hails from Turkey. They were in fact teammates in Hatayspor, winning the Youth National Championship. They would love to replicate that trophy-winning run overseas. And the two are only 20 years young. They are the same age. But from the way they move, they seem to be well experienced. Shout out kay JM Pagila. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Okuda. Cebu hit the reset button. Shout out din kay Pat Mendoza at Esperanza Armario. Corey was trying to switch that up. But Altenos was saying he was right there and he should have gotten it. The battle continues in the middle. Altenos wins it. Let's see if their hard work will get rewarded. Davao played it back to reset. Okuda. They're looking to stretch the Maharlika defense that is keen on staying in its half line and possibly get an equalizer off the counter. Altenos. The early cross. Chima got his head to it. Not enough power. Could have been controlled in a better way. So Valdez secures again. Valdez has had a number of routine saves for him, but that's a miscue in distribution. Sabi ni Patricia Labella, go Okuda. Si Okuda po ay defender para sa Cebu. Borlongan finding himself narrow. With that Maharlika ball played for Villanueva wasn't as precise. And here they go once more. Saldivar. And I beg your pardon, it looks like Saldivar and Dabao changed up the two fullbacks for them. Altenos the cross again. Gadia just headed it forward. Basa took a fall. Chima off the woodwork again for the second time this game. Borlongan was decked there. That was inside the goalkeeper box. Cebu clearly asking for a penalty, but that is not the case according to referee Raymart de los Santos. Kore. Gadia. Lobbing it forward to Chima, and the flag is up. So that will be no count. And you can just see the hunger of Chima. So we see how Cebu is lined up. Looking to get on that high press with the ball in the attacking end of the pitch. Hopefully come up with easy, you could say, dangerous opportunities up front. So Valdez to resume this. Kore looks like he got a hit, so possession will return to Cebu. Again, they are in the driver's seat of this match, leading 1-0 behind Arda Chinkir. And sabi ni Amontep Sukseni, they are predicting a 1-1 score at halftime. So mukhang Maharlika supporter po siya. Let's see if that will be the case. 12 minutes before additional time in the first half. Cebu in cruise control in this game. Dabao's cross rejected. So corner again. So corner after corner. It's been raining attacking opportunities for Cebu. Again, in the lead up to this match, we had continuous rains here, leaving the pitch quite damp. Sent in. Headed. Coro recovers. Swarmed by 3 players from Maharlika. Budding there to chase. You do not want to have him chasing you down. Eljan gets it. Gadia. Altenoz. Playing the left again. Dabao. Not able to keep it in. We were emphasizing earlier that Arda Chinker and Chima Ozoka are the leading scorers of Cebu. But let's not forget about Bert Altenoz and JB Berlongan. Also picking up goals. Altenoz with a pair. JB Berlongan with 1 to his name. Altenoz receives it. Doesn't control it. And going back with Maharlika, they have 3 goal scorers. Picked up 1 apiece. And Spencer Galasa, OJ Clarino, and you've got Gerald Factoranan. Factoranan is on the bench for them. Same for Spencer Galasa, so just OJ Clarino on the pitch in terms of goal scorers. At yung mga predictions, sabi ni Arnie Racaza, 4-0. Mukhang para sa Cebu po ito. Altenoz getting that from Saldivar. Cuts in. Saldivar from Core. The cross again. Basa beats Chima to it. Basa has to be familiar with how Chima Ozoka plays. Cebu still with possession deep in the dangerous area. The slide by Baring. Basa. Now in the center of the pitch. What has been tough for Maharlika with roughly the entire team having to sit back, but the cross again. It's been cross after cross, wave after wave from Cebu, but Gadia wins that from Michael Menzi. So if you are Cebu, it's just a matter of converting, taking full advantage of all the chances you have created and set pieces won. Maharlika nonetheless having to tighten up in the midfield and supply those attacking opportunities to the likes of Frank Baring and OJ Clarino. Chima. Sampaga takes a fall. The referee says possession will go with Maharlika. After that went out. So no, that wasn't a foul. Sabi ni referee Raymart De Los Santos. And again, Maharlika, they are playing Cebu back to back. So this is the second game of that sequence already. Cordova contra Clarino. Okuda gets it to safety. Hole secure in the midfield. The ball continues to ping pong around. And it stays with Cebu. At kita natin yung comments dito. Ang daming Cebu fans so far. Saan naman po yung mga Maharlika fans? Comment po tayo comment po tayo dito. And again, we were mentioning Maharlika previously played Cebu also heading into this game. But before that, they lost a close one at the City of Imus grandstand against Mindiola FC 1991. It was Ashley Flores, the Mindiola veteran and captain, leading the way for them in what was a late goal in about the 90th minute. A heartbreaker if you are Maharlika, but you can say you have what it takes to stay close. Just a matter of getting themselves to that finish line and closing out well. And again, it's just 1-0 in this game. Will they get themselves back into it? But first, they have a corner from Cebu to deal with. Mert Altinoz will make the service. The outswinger. So it looks like that will be a corner kick once more, but it will be on the opposite end of the pitch. This time it's JB Borlongan on the close side. And it's roughly 6 corners already for Cebu. So you want to convert. And again, their goal was in the 4th minute. Clarino there to secure. Ambong. OJ Clarino to chase. And what was a tough match for Maharlika against the Ascal's development team. OJ Clarino proved to be a bright spot for them, playing on the left wing. Kore, this time on the right. Altenos in the center. Lays it back. Gadia. Borlongan, not giving up on the play. Still keeps the ball in. Looks like Modang was able to deny that, and it's with Baring. Modang having to negotiate this pesky Cebu defense. And we see that constant pressure. Maharlika just unable to settle down. But despite that foul, you see the struggles. Let's see how they will be able to make adjustments at the half, as we have a Maharlika player down. And Basa will put this out of play. So let's try to get confirmation on what that exact injury is, or what is nagging that Maharlika player who was down. And with play paused, let's take a look at the provisional table. Cayo with 15 points, leading the way. UCFC with 13. And if Cebu make this stick, they will leapfrog United City FC provisionally with 14 points. Stallion Laguna quite separated from the top 3 with 6 points from their 2 victories early this season. ADT sit on 4 points, but they have only played 3 games, as a number of their players, or a great number of their players, participated in the AFC U20 championships. Well, the qualifiers, rather, of the AFC U20 Asian Cup, where they picked up a victory against Afghanistan after falling to Oman in a close heartbreaker against Southeast Asian neighbors, Thailand. And to wrap up the table, we have Mendiola with 3 points, and Maharlika Manila, still no points to show. But they will look to change that today, so let's find out. And as we are seeing now, it was Osman Jeng who was down earlier. So Maharlika will momentarily play with a man, momentarily play with 10 men rather. But we clearly see his back as pictured on your screens. Cordova. Okuda. 2 men on him. Now it's up to the veteran in Cordova to get it forward. We've seen him take some years off from football, but when teams need a veteran center back, he seemed to come knocking on his door. So it's back with Cebu after Jeng was able to get past some players in red. And quite a chippy affair we are having. Great sportsmanship though between Menzi and Chima. Valdez. Basa having to clear it to safety with the pressure. And confirmed we will be having 2 minutes of additional time. As referee Meliton Pelayo just gave us the signal. Kore was thinking about an early cross. Gets it back from Altinos. Sends it. The header there by Jeng to get it out of his area. But again, a set piece. It continues to pour for them. Cebu with their bombardment, but from distance, Valdez to deny Altinos. Seemed to be on target, but some extra power would have made it different. Would have made it difficult. Menzi, whose brother plays in Kaya Iloilo. And this is Michael Menzi, to be specific, who's playing for Maharlika. It's brother Audi, who was with Kaya. Kaya currently, or still, on top of the table, despite absorbing that loss again last weekend. Chinkir wins it momentarily. But now it's a matter of Maharlika playing those combinations. Yes, they've been able to get the ball forward at times, but haven't really been able to create those opportunities. Just throwing the ball forward, looking for the likes of Clarino and Baring, who've been playing up front. We've noticed OJ Clarino also switching from playing as a striker to a winger. Altenos. Chima. Looks like he got it touched to it. Ambong. Put it to safety again. That's been the tale of the tape in this game. And sabi ni Arnie Recaza, Kore, my friend, please score. So big fan siya ni Kore of Cebu. Valdez punches it out. That was going towards his back post. And that is the halftime whistle. It is 1-0 in favor of Dynamic Herb Cebu FC over Maharlika Manila. Again, it was Arda Chinkir making the difference so far with that opener in the 4th minute. And just a slim lead. Both teams still clearly in the game, but just make sure to come and stay tuned with us. It's the Philippines Football League brought to you by Qatar Airways. And second half will be coming up in about 15 minutes again. So see you in a bit. Will it be Cebu or Manila? Which side will prevail? Dynamic Herb Cebu again with a 1-0 lead in this game after Arda Chinkir found the back of the net in the 4th minute. Maharlika having to play catch up, but still in this one, given that slim lead of theirs as substitutions were made. We got to see that Papur Korsame is coming on for Charles Dabao. On the other hand, for Maharlika Manila, we got to see Chapet Pinheiro and Spencer Galasa enter the pitch, although we need confirmation on who exactly stepped off dito po para sa Maharlika FC. Again, it's the 2022 Philippines Football League on a Tuesday afternoon. And we are off. It's with Maharlika at the moment in their white kits, playing from right to left. Cebu in their red kits, they are playing from left to right. This is Claro Manzano on call for this match. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Maayong hapon din po sa inyo. Dynamic Herb Cebu looking to carry on this unbeaten run of theirs. Although they've dropped some points with a couple of draws. No losses as of late. Last time Cebu lost a match was in their opener against Kaya FC Iloilo. A little physicality as Maharlika tried to kickstart their attack, but it's out. That ball was intended for OG Clarino, and he applauded that effort. Again, when we take a look at the substitutes who came in, Papu Korsame is from Tondo, Manila, but playing for Cebu. So you can say he's going up against a team that represents his home city. Let's see how that will pan out. Korsame being deployed at left back, taking that spot vacated by Charles Dabao. Korsame came to be known more of a striker and winger. He's played with the likes of Mendiola and Kaya Iloilo in his PFL career. Eljan having to clear it. Again, he is making his debut. So far, they are still able to maintain that clean sheet. Let's see if that will be the case later on. Still about half a game to play again. We just came out of halftime. When both teams entered with a 4-4-2 formation in this match, we mentioned it will be up to their individual skills to make the difference. 4-4-2, of course, a balanced formation and helps you get your numbers forward. But it will be a set piece for Maharlika, a chance to get back in this one. Michael Menzi will be making the delivery. Let's see how this will pan out. A chance for glory and to get back into this game. Maharlika would love to open their second round of this PFL on a good note. Driven in. And there is a whistle. A foul against Maharlika. Sayang talaga yung opportunity na yan. Kore. Playing long. Going for Borlongan. And Valdez off his line, but an open goal. He may have gotten a touch, getting pressure. Chinkir the open goal, but Basa there to save the day and keep them alive. You could smell absolute danger with what just went on. Dave Basa there to save the day. So traffic will go back in favor of Cebu. That has been the match in a nutshell. For Maharlika, again, we were talking about that matter of consistency. Yes, they get their numbers forward, but they need to knock in their combinations to break down the opposing defense. We also have to put an emphasis on midfield play. It's been Cebu applying constant pressure and controlling the tempo of the game. So the Altino's throw-in will resume this. Whose side are you on? Pakilagay na lang po sa comments ulit. Cebu o Maharlika Manila? Kore wins it. The cross. Chinkir wasn't able to get it. I'm tugging between Borlongan and Galasa. Galasa again, one of the three players to pick up a goal for Maharlika in this season. Borlongan with the early cross. It's read by Valdez at the near post. Chinkir and Osman Jeng were dueling for that. But nonetheless, if you're Maharlika, Valdez again was able to pick it up. So let's see how they will be able to get themselves out of this hole. Maharlika, nonetheless, still within striking distance. So let's see how they take full advantage of this situation. Again, they've gotten that chance to experience a close game. Unfortunately, they gave up the winner to Mendiola at the City of Imus grandstand earlier this month. Same can be said for Cebu, although they've had some lopsided wins as of late. They've proven that they could take it home in close-fought matches. At the end of the day, all boils down to what happens in the crucial moments. Looks like Maharlika was asking for a foul, but still, referee Raymar de los Santos continues to let them play on. Baring looking to play it out on the left. Gets it back from Baguio. Mudang wasn't able to keep it. Mudang looks like he's in the center back or holding mid role. We've seen him get deployed as a central defender. Papo on the left. Didn't get great control, but it's still there. Papo swarmed. He has that experience in dueling with tight spaces, given his football background in Tondo. Altinoz, deep in the box, lays it back. Kore skies it out of the park. And we look back at that shot attempt. Combinations were there. Everything but the finish. Siguro nandun pa rin yung gigil. And let's not forget, maambon pa rin dito sa PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. And nonetheless, with these conditions, they can prove to be tricky. Can lead to some slip-ups, given the wet ball and damp pitch. Ball continues to ping-pong around. OJ Clarino to chase. Okuda there. And it's still kept inside by Eljan. Papu. Trying to play Borlongan and Chinkir down the left. Maharlika asked for offside, but doesn't seem to be the case. Now Maharlika trying to reset. Altinoz gets beaten by Baguio. But it's that midfield again that has been tough for Maharlika to crack. Looks like that ball came on the shoulder, butting. Played for Clarino. Not able to secure it. He would have been through one goal if he just controlled that ball meant for him. And OJ Clarino just getting down. You can feel that frustration with how they've been trying to just claw themselves back into this one. And again, with how the league works, it will be a marathon to the title. The 7 teams will be playing each other 4 times. So that is 4 rounds. At the end of the day, the team with the most points will prevail. You get 3 points in the standings with a win. So Kuda controls that. But it's gifted to Maharlika. Numbers not in their favor. Gadia just trying to pacify the situation up against Galasa. And they succeed if you are Cebu. But it's in a deep territory. They'll have to get this out. Maharlika keen on applying some pressure. So again, you get 3 points in the standings after a win. Should teams draw, they will get 1 point each, and a loss will give you 0. The team with the most points will be the champion. Should teams be tied on points, goal difference will be the tiebreaker. So although you may be up, you'd like to pick up those goals. And the winner will get to represent the Philippines in AFC competitions next year. And that's still up for grabs for everyone. And it's a long league. Saldivar. Altenos. Going up against Mudang. But it looks like Mudang wins it. So Maharlika will get that back with Valdez giving us a goal kick. And again, let's look at the form, recent form of the 2 teams over their past 5 matches. Still winless for Maharlika, but they've had some close calls. They lost 1-0 to Mendiola and 2-1 to Stallion Laguna. But all to play for again. A new round for them. It will be up to their mental composure to get themselves back into the fight. And the shot from distance, just wide. And that would have been an absolute test for Valdez. Should it have been on target, it was taken by Arda Chinkir. Chinkir, you can say, statistically the most dangerous man on the field. 7 goals to his name and is currently the leader in the Golden Boot race. Behind him is Harvey Gayoso with 6 goals to his name. Okore got decked after what appeared to be a hard hit. And here comes Cebu once more. Gadia was eyeing Altinos on the wing. And referee Raymar de los Santos allows it to play on. Same man continues to be down on the pitch in Mert Altinoz. Again, one of 2 Turkish players dito po para sa Cebu. As play is stopped. But let's assess the form of Dynamic Herb Cebu heading into this game. So in the last 5 matches, they picked up 3 wins and 2 draws. So this is some great form you'd like to carry over. But if you are Cebu, at least you can say so far so good in this game because you have the lead. But given how you've had possession, you feel that you could bag some more goals. About 30 minutes to do that. Pressure continues. Jeng, but looks like it stays with them. And let's remember, with the substitutions in this game, teams will have 5 opportunities or 5 substitutions. Cebu have used 1 so far, and Maharlika have used 2. Well, that will change up in a bit as Lorenzo Genko will be coming on. Dito po para sa Dynamic Herb Cebu. Okuda playing it. Papu to chase. But it was headed by Ambong. But that whistle was against him and his team. And again, Papu Corsame playing fullback. We normally see him again on the wing or up front, especially with his dribbling ability. And it looks like JB Barlongan will be stepping off for Lorenzo Genko. No goals to show for Barlongan, but those crosses were aplenty in this shift, which has lasted for approximately an hour. So it'll be up to Genko to get this show going for them and pad that lead. Again, a 1-0 lead can easily be neutralized, especially in this beautiful game. Budding looking to get a high press. Cordova, as experienced as ever, gets past the danger zone. Genko, some fresh legs for Cebu. So that cross was blocked by Baguio. It will be a corner kick, I believe. And that is confirmed. Cebu with a great amount of corners, or a great number of corners in this game, but haven't converted from that specific category. Their goal was in open play. The flick, and it is over, and it's no good. Chinkir saying it came off an opposing player as he pleads. Again, if you are Cebu and all of a sudden Maharlika just get themselves back into the game, you can say you could have capitalized on set pieces despite being virtually on the all-out attack. Only 1 goal to show, but at least they could say they got over that hump. And getting a lead, Valdez took a slip again with the conditions, with continuous showers at the PFF National Training Center in Carmona. And given how Cebu have been playing, of course, they feel they could tighten up. Coach Ref Cuaresma, their goalkeeping coach, helping out tactically, as Cebu have a Turkish coaching staff again behind Mehmet Kakil. He did say they are working on improving communication, as their coaches are looking at improving speaking the English language, as the cross is picked up by Valdez again. Looking to play it long. As Gadia received the foul, he was going up against Chapet Pinheiro. Pinheiro ay taga Dumaguete. Played with the National University. Was also a youth national team player. Alteros cuts in. Gets it to Kore. Kore thought about it at the moment. Gadia. Akuda moving forward, as we explained earlier. Chinkir from distance. Well wide for them. Not a threat at all. So this game pretty much continuing from where we stopped in the first half. Cebu getting lion's share of possession but not able to use their opportunities, especially the set pieces. Although that was shot in open play that we saw from Chinkir. So roughly 4 minutes over the 1 hour mark. That ball came off Modang. I'll say Modang also delaying play, getting a warning from the referee. And as we go through the match officials again, the man with the whistle is Raymar de los Santos, and he is assisted by linesmen Paul Galicia and John Mike Basinang. Meliton Palayo is their fourth official, as Roberto Hernandez is the referee assessor, and Mark Baldo is the match commissioner. And it looks like that will have to be retaken as Kore took a kick before the referee's whistle. Kitang-kita, gusto niya makagol ulit. Cordova. And for a moment, we thought that ball was going to Maharlika, but the linesman looked to signal that it would go to Cebu. You could hear it from the Maharlika bench. Of course, they would have liked it to go their way. Caught with the ball forward. That came off Chinkir. But well off. So we are starting to see that sense of urgency pick up if you are Cebu. Given how you've forwarded 12 goals in the 2 games prior to this, you definitely had those expectations. But Maharlika, being as tough as ever. Again, this is the second meeting between these two teams, so Maharlika got an opportunity to scout their opponents further. Although that came into the hands of Valdez, it was already out of play. Cebu, with that relentless pressure, these guys have to be in great shape to play that style. Kore loses to Modang momentarily. But it looks like that whistle is in favor of Maharlika. Still in this game again, but chances for them seem to be limited. They've been relying on the long ball. Clarino, not enough people to support him. Corsame. They're getting their numbers forward. Altenoz gets played. Unable to keep it in. That was well defended by Usman Jeng nonetheless. Jeng, one of the foreign players. So teams are allowed to field 4 foreigners on the pitch. Out of the 4, 1 must come from the Asian Football Confederation. Kore. Altenoz unable to meet that ball. Would have been a tasty opportunity should he have met that. Valdez being calm and composed. Maharlika playing it long as they have been in this match. Saldivar going up against Clarino. And it looks like Maharlika continue to be animated as ever in their technical area. Maharlika saying that should have been a set piece in their favor, given that was in close proximity to the goalkeeper box. Kore has a man on. No call by the referee, and here we go. Clarinho, flag stays down, numbers not in his favor, sends it, and the denial at the near post by Eljan. So far, so good for Eljan, who is making his first appearance for Cebu. Chinkir, unable to meet it. Looks like there was some extra contact after that with going up against Lawrence Baguio. Again, just to remind everyone that we have some continuous showers at the venue, making conditions quite tricky. We've seen some back and forth football as of late. Kore sending it to no man's land. The miscommunication. And when I got to speak to the likes of Altenoz and Chinkir, despite their great performances as a team, they did put an emphasis in improving chemistry and communication. And what more, if Cebu gets to improve in that aspect, they'll become as dangerous as ever. Ball forward, but Gadia reads it well. Kore. Looks like that ball overcooked. But Alteno secures it despite going up against Baguio. Takes it, but not on target. So about 19 minutes away from additional time in this match. Just to remind you, it is Cebu with that slim lead behind. Arda Chinkir finding the back of the net in the 4th minute. Let's see if there will be more goals to come to seal the deal for Cebu. But Maharlika still staying in this one and holding on as the clock continues to tick. Maharlika mainly looking to pounce on the counter. Perhaps some creativity from Cebu could help them just get that much needed cushion. Some close calls too for Cebu while attacking, but veteran Dave Bassa was there to keep them afloat. After all, Bassa is a member of that Askel's team that broke into the scene back in the Miracle of Hanoi. That victory by the national team, just giving Philippine football a spark. So possession remains with Cebu. And Maharlika again are in their all-white kits. They are playing from right to left. Cebu in the red. They are playing from left to right. But play is still paused at the moment with some discussions on the pitch. With time ticking, we could feel the intensity taking a notch up or two. Still much to play for in this game. Maharlika with a big improvement from their last meeting up against Cebu. Their last meeting was a 5-1 win for the team from Visayas. Although Factoranan put in that early goal in the 2nd minute, it was not enough. Chimo Zoka picked up 2 goals as Arda Chinkir, Mert Altinoz, and Marius Kore chipped in 1 apiece. But that was a dream start for Maharlika, but weren't able to keep themselves at full throttle. And in this game, let's not forget, They're still in. Clarino. He was asking for it earlier. Baring. And a gutsy slide. Looks like that was from Saldivar. Okuda, but it's half cleared. Mudang to Baring. Baguio plays it long. Okuda there again with his towering presence. Konting traffic sa gitna. Still with Maharlika. This could be their best spell of possession to date in terms of midfield play. Well, let's see if the Cebu pressure will make them wilt. As they eventually play it long with the on-charging Pinheiro. But Okuda again there to change it up as that ball went out. It'll be a goal kick for John Eljan. But before we resume play, Chima Ozoka will be calling it a day. Nicolas Ferrer Jr. will be coming on for him. Ferrer, one of the many players from the decorated football program of Far Eastern University. Chima Ozoka clearly frustrated with his performance in this game. Given the amount of goals he's chipped in this season, he would have loved to help out in that aspect. But the task is up to the players coming off the bench from Cebu to give them an extra push for goal number 2 in this game. Again, this is the 2022 Philippines Football League. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. Maayang hapon. It's Dynamic Herb Cebu going up against Maharlika Manila as we are coming to you from the PFF National Training Center in Carmona, Cavite. Caro Manzano on call for this game. The score remains 1-0. Just that early goal from Arda Chinkir proving to be the difference. Maharlika still holding on. Clearly within striking distance in this game. Will they fight back and grab at least their first point of the season? Or what more points? Let's see how it develops. About 13 more minutes before additional time to just change up the ending chapter of this game. Let's not forget you are catching this on the Facebook and YouTube pages of the Philippines Football League. Don't forget to give them a like. Sa YouTube naman, pindutin nyo yung subscribe button. And what a move from Chinkir! Combining with Genko. A gutsy slide by Menzi, but it's still Cebu. Chinkir. And it's just wide! What a moment! But still no good. And we have to ask, is it time for Cebu to throw the kitchen sink forward? But again, it's just the second round. But every point matters, every goal matters, especially for goal difference. And sabi ni Dighoy Patalinghog, I am watching from Cebu City. So some stoppage in this match with Baring getting treatment. It's been a hard-fought game for him so far, keeping his team in the game. He'd definitely love to see the finish in this one. And hopefully, at least draw level. As the quest continues dito po para sa Maharlika in search of their maiden point. But if they could claw back and get the win, we know they definitely love to. Si Dan Cesaldo also saying they are watching from Cebu. So kita natin talaga yung mga Cebu FC supporters sa comment section. Yung mga Maharlika supporters, comment din po tayo dyan. About 10 minutes and change remain in this one. Fasten your seatbelt, folks. Basa. Gets it back. The Cebu high press, making it tough as ever. Gadia lobs it. Not the best control from Jeng. Valdez keeping it on the ground. Given it came off the boot of Usman Jeng, one of their foreign players. Could have possibly been an indirect free kick if Valdez picked that up. Played out wide by Menzi. Maharlika rather, are back to 11 men as Baring had to get some treatment on the sidelines. But Maharlika lose it. It's been tough again. They weren't able to establish in the midfield. They've been mainly relying on long balls. Ferrer. Kore. Swarmed. Genko took a hit. So that's a free kick, but played quickly by Gadia. So the referee tells them to go back. So that will be replayed. Great intentions from Cebu. They were looking to catch their counterparts off guard. Tapu, one of the subs injected into this game to bring life into the attack of theirs. Looking to shake off his man in Ambong. But it's still with them. And with the way this has been developing as of late, I believe Gadia took a fall, going up against Ambong again. And with the way this match has been going, chances for Maharlika to get a counter continue to dwindle. Although they may get those long balls to chase on the counter, you'd love to create your opportunities with that short passing game and manning the midfield. But it's been pretty much all Cebu in terms of running the center of the pitch. As it will be a set piece from that foul earlier. It will be a cross from the far side. Players trying to seek every advantage they could. Teams, of course, rehearse defending and attacking in situations like these. As referee Raymar De Los Santos just calms things down. Here we go. The service, and just over for Cebu. Chance after chance. Still no goal number 2 for them. That delivery was by Altinoz. Actually, it looks like he was going for a goal. He was going nonetheless for the back post. Baring from Basa. Great control from Baring. But Maharlika still deep in their defending end. Send forward and Clarino to chase. And Baring is down once more in the same spot. Looks like he signaled this bench that he will no longer be able to continue. A big shame considering that they are well in this fight. Well, let's see if this could be a blessing in disguise if they have to sub off Baring. Maharlika just get to put in another player. Get some fresh legs. As Baring is hobbling off the pitch, we have some substitutions from both teams as we will just await confirmation from fourth official Meliton Pelayo. Some time also being taken off the clock, so this will be factored in for additional time later on. So it looks like Marvin Viray will be coming on for Maharlika. Jacob Liao will be coming on for Cebu. Mert Altino's also making his way to the sideline, so he will be replaced. So play resumed. This is going to be a wild finish with what we have been seeing. Chinkir finds Ferrer. Ferrer sends it straight to Biray. Ferrer was looking to use his footwork to get past, but just proved to be tough for him with the chasing Biray. Well, he was swarmed, to be precise, but they get it back. Kore shakes off two guys. They switch it up. Papu looks like he may have been shifted to left wing. So ball of Viray. It's as that was a handball. And it will be a set piece. Set piece after set piece. Cebu still unable to get that insurance goal, as Chinkir's goal earlier was in open play. Maharlika continued to hold on, but attacking opportunities have been very limited. But the scoreboard speaks for itself, and they are still in this one. Kore will step up to the plate with a wall to beat. This could possibly be within striking distance too. Well, let's see how they will take this. A three-man wall to beat for Marius Kore, their skipper in this match. Sent in. Well skied. It's no good for them. So a little over a minute until we hit additional time. So Maharlika will look to spring themselves back into this game and at least earn a valuable point. But there's that Cebu high press. Again, Maharlika asking for a foul, but they don't get it. It's sent into the middle. Ferrer, a slide. And here we go to Chase. Galasa was eyeing to bring that on his individual efforts. The throw in taken. Going for Pinheiro, who was hitting the afterburners. And slowly but surely, they are getting forward one way or another. Menzi drives it forward. Looks like Cordova took a slip. Ferrer trying to keep it with them. So it came off a player from Maharlika. And we will be having 4 more minutes of additional time as confirmed by assistant referee Meliton Pelayo. And things just stepped up further. Given we are no longer in regulation. Clarino contra Liao, but cleared out by Cordova. And he appears to have hurt himself in the process. You cannot afford to lose a veteran center back like him, especially with what's on the line in this match. 4 minutes for Cebu to hold on at least and take the win. If you're Maharlika, that's 4 minutes to at least grab an equalizer. So this will be a throw-in. Taken long. Maharlika getting all their bodies forward, including their defenders past the half line. And that looks like a furious Papu Korsame who hit the deck. And if you are Cebu, you'd actually have the opportunity to just kill the momentum of the game. But from what we have seen, they have been keen on getting goal number 2. Especially with the way they have played in their previous matches. Just 1 goal to show so far. In their 2 matches prior to this one, they had a combined 12 goals scored. Kore from Liao wasn't able to control that due to the tricky conditions, but Kore hustles back to win possession for them. Okuda. Looks like Cebu are looking to slow it down by just a bit. But it looks like it's out. Maharlika get possession back as we have about 1 minute and 20 left. Taken down the line. No Maharlika bodies to win it. But it's up to that battle in the midfield, including Arda Chinkir coming down to help out. Basa receiving that from Baguio. Off Gadia teams here to secure. And that is a whistle in favor of Cebu. At the center of the field, taken quickly. Ferrer out wide. Looking to get it with his individual efforts, but eventually found a teammate in Genko. But no good for Cebu in that spell. And what a match it has been between both teams. Just the slimmest margin. A single goal is what divides these two teams. But we are currently in the 4th minute already. And that is the full-time whistle. Cebu, with that early goal, managed to hold on. But it has to be a tough one to take if you are Maharlika. You conceded early, but managed to hold on and look to pounce on the counter. But unfortunate for them, they weren't able to just grab that equalizer as their quest for picking up their first point continues. But if you are Cebu, you start off the second round with a bang. And thanks to today's result, they are provisionally in second place with 14 points. Although the likes of UCFC and Stallion Laguna have matches at hand, but they are putting themselves in a great position as they have been on a roll after dropping their opening match. And a great way again. It's not their prettiest win, but they'll definitely take it. But you could say this is another heartbreaker for Maharlika. And that does it for this match again for the 2022 Philippines Football League. Claro Manzano on call for this one. It's 1-0 for Cebu over Maharlika Manila. Behind are the Chinkir.